Live and live. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Fitness Athlete Friday. I'll be your host today, Mitch Babcock, lead faculty in the Fitness Athlete Division, all things online and live course. And it's been a minute since I've been on the podcast, so I'm excited to be back joining all of you this morning. So thank you. First of all, if you're downloading us, listening to us on your way to work, if you're on live with us on Instagram or YouTube, thanks so much for making us part of your morning or your evening, whatever it is for you. And thanks for downloading wherever you download your podcast from. We always appreciate it. Don't forget, we're the only daily physical therapy show on the market. So thank you for subscribing and liking and signing up for those automatic downloads. It really means a lot to the whole team here at ICE. Before we jump into today's topic, which is post CrossFit Games for the rest of us, okay, I want to talk a little bit about some of the courses that we have coming up for the live division. We have a very busy September and October, and even leading into November, and a couple courses in December. So looking at Q3, Q4, we've got quite a bit on the books. The fitness athlete team as a whole was a little quiet through the summer. As our team, many of us on the lead faculty, not us, but others on the lead faculty, welcomed some new additions to their family or kind of spending some time at home. So the summer months were a little quiet, and we're excited to ramp up on the road here in Q3 and Q4. So you can find us all over. Zach's going to be out in the Bay Area here in September. The end of September, you can find them out in California. I'm going to be out in Seattle, just north of Seattle in Linwood with Joe as well. We got a course in British Columbia coming up, Alabama, San Antonio, Florida, New Orleans, Colorado Springs. We're hitting some big cities and covering a large part of the map this fall. So if I just named off any cities, your cities or near you, please check those out on the PT on Ice website. We'd love to see you at one of the live courses. All right, let's get into today's show, shall we? If you didn't tune in last week to Kelly Benfey's episode on her post CrossFit Games reflections, you should definitely do that. CrossFit fan or not, whether you train this stuff or not, you need to understand the level at which Kelly is at. And humbly speaking, herself, she's not going to give as much credit as she deserves. Making it to the CrossFit Games is a feat 99.9% of people that participate in CrossFit will never achieve. You can be pretty good at CrossFit. You know, you could be pretty good at pickup basketball, but you're not going to make the squad and play with the Lakers. You know, like that's kind of the comparison of which we're dealing with now in the CrossFit sector. And so for us to have someone like Kelly, who's went there, who's done that, who's trained at the highest level, who's rubbed elbows with the best of the best in the game, and to get some reflections from her, it's worth the 10 or 15 minutes about what it's like behind the scenes. So great episode, Kelly. But today I want to talk about, after the games, what about the rest of us that just train this stuff because we like it, we want to stay healthy and fit, we enjoy getting stronger, but we also have 9-to-5 jobs. We also have families, husbands, wives, kids. We got to shuttle kids off to soccer practice. Maybe I coach the soccer team. Right? What does it look like setting and reframing goals after the CrossFit Games for the rest of us? Because we still want to be motivated. We still want to be inspired. And we watch the games and we see what's out there and we see what people are capable of, and we're cheering and we're encouraging, and all of that is fun and it's all a great part of the sport. But when it's our time to take the floor, it's important to reframe those goals and contexts into things that A, matter to us, and B, are achievable to what we can set our sights for over the next 6, 9, or 12 months. And that's really what I want to focus today on. What can you reasonably achieve in the next 6 to 9 months, or even set your sights on before the next open rolls around, because we know we're going to throw the hat in the ring and do the open. You know, what are some realistic goals that are going to turn into real change in your health and fitness and overall well-being? And that's ultimately what we're doing this for. Most of us aren't going to make the games. Hat tip to Kelly for putting in a ton of work over the last 5 to 10 years, probably, to get to that point where she was able to make the games. But for the rest of us, we're looking to check that box. We're looking to do it safely and effectively, and making sure that when we come out the other end, we come out unharmed and we come out healthier and a better person after doing the training than when we started. So here's some goals that I have for you today for post CrossFit Games goals for the rest of us. What part of your training really behooves you to spend time training? And what I mean by that is strength and monostructural conditioning work. It's really going to benefit you long-term to invest hours weekly, daily into getting stronger. So I want you to set a goal to try to put 30 pounds on your deadlift over the next year, to try to put 20 pounds on your back squat, and to try to put 5 to 10 pounds on your strict overhead press. Those are realistic goals that are going to require you to train those movements consistently. And because you're training the foundational strength movements, the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press, all of your other movements will then reap a reward from having done so. Your clean and jerk, your front squat are going to benefit from your back squat being trained regularly. All your Olympic lifts and all your other movements are going to benefit from you training your deadlift frequently, right? Your shoulders are going to be healthier from having done more strict press. So set some realistic goals. If I'm going to put 30 pounds on my deadlift, 20 on my back squat, 10 on my overhead press, and that's going to require me to make sure that I'm hitting those boxes week in and week out over the next handful of weeks, months, in the better part of the next year, right? So it really is helpful that you spend time working on the foundational strength. The other thing that's going to benefit you for your gymnastics movements. So spend time benefiting or getting increased reps or getting your first rep of a strict pull-up. Many of you in the CrossFit space are still gung-ho about your kipping pull-ups, your toes to bar technique, all these other things. I want to bar muscle up, but you haven't laid the foundation with the strict pull-up yet. You need to stay there. Over the next 6 or 9 months, can you add 1 or 2 reps on your max strict pull-up? Can you get your first strict pull-up by going through a beginning strict pull-up progression? And over the next 6 months, get your first strict pull-up. Those are going to be big rewards for your long-term health in fitness training. The same thing with your push-ups. We in the CrossFit space, those of us that coach a bunch, boy, we're used to seeing a lot of crappy push-ups, right? Like poor midline stability. We can't hold a good plank position. We don't have a strong shoulder position to be able to press out of the end range of extension. And we have athletes wanting to bang out a lot of reps and not even one of them looks solid. So spend time mastering your strict pull-up and your strict push-up. You're going to be a better athlete and your fitness will reflect that if you do. Master a skill over the next 6 to 9 months. Get better at double unders. Figure out how to climb a rope. Right? Finally take some coaching advice from your team at your gym and figure out how to put down a new skill. There's a lot of reward that goes into the neuromotor, the coordination, all of the things that come together to allow you to build and develop a new skill. And if there's one that you've been putting off because, let's face it, your ego is kind of getting in the way. You don't like to look like you can't do the thing, so you just scale out of it a lot. Spend time over the next 6 months and learn that skill. Just one. Pick one. I want to get better at double unders. I want to be able to do 20 unbroken double unders. Cool. Over the next 6 months, you're going to attack that. And that's going to be a goal that's going to elevate your fitness long-term. You're going to have that skill for a long time, and you're going to be able to use that skill in a lot of workouts coming up. So spend a couple weeks, a couple months, and develop a new skill. And then your monostructural work. Add in 1 day a week where you're adding in some longer duration, zone 2, longer duration stuff on the bike or the rower, going out for a long paced run. Like, we don't do enough of that. And every single expert in the space says from a longevity standpoint, it is so key. From a health standpoint, from a fitness standpoint, it is so key that we get more long duration zone 2 work in. And now some of the research, some of the leading experts are saying 60 to 90 minutes, 120 minutes a week. Look, just start easy with 1 day a week where you stretch it out more than 20 minutes. I mean, low hanging fruit. 1 day a week, I need to do a long duration piece that's more than 20 minutes. If we can check that, then we'll start talking about increasing the monostructural workload and be able to increase that more. But that's a foundational component to your fitness. That's on the base of the CrossFit hierarchy pyramid that says, hey, we need to be really good at metabolic conditioning. And when we have a better aerobic base, everything else steps up above that. So build that aerobic base, add in 1 day a week of monostructural work, zone 2, on a bike, on an erg, on a runner, and stretch it out more than 20 minutes. So you're prioritizing strength, you're working on a skill, you're getting better at your foundational gymnastics movements, and you're adding in some longer aerobic work, 20 minutes, 1 day a week. From a class perspective, I would just say it ain't volume, It's not loading that's going to make the difference for you. You don't need to be lifting heavier weights in Metcons. You just need to be present more frequently. Just be more consistent. If you normally make it 3 days a week, try to make it 4. If you normally make it 4, can you make it 5? Can you just add one more day a week making it to the gym? Can you slide in that little Saturday morning class that you typically skip out on? Because you're going to see big rewards coming by just simply the consistency in the gym. You don't have to do anything heroic. You're just more consistent. You're getting 5 sessions instead of 4. And week after week, that aggregates into a lot more training sessions at the end of the year. So bump it 1 day a week. Other skills that are going to make you a much better athlete 6, 9, 12 months from now, set a bedtime and actually stick to it. Okay. Get the water intake that you need and try to reduce the alcohol. Can we go 30 days with no alcohol and just see what that does for your overall health? See what it does for your sleep, your concentration, right? See what it does for your overall training, your fitness in the gym. How much sharper am I cognitively when I'm at work? Like all those things, measure all those things after 30 days of no alcohol. If you make it 30, can you make it 60 days no alcohol? 60, can I go 90 days no alcohol? And just start aggregating these days of optimizing all the little details that you can. And you're going to see such big rewards on your fitness. They're little challenges. They're hard ones. They're not easy, but they're ones that we can bite off and actually stick to for a month, make 1 month into 2 months, make 2 months into 3 months, right? The majority of us don't need a new competitors program. We finished watching the CrossFit Games and everybody's selling their hard work pays off, their Matt Fraser program, the new Mayhem, Rich Froning style stuff. And while all those are great programs, for most of us, that's not what we need. We don't need additional loading. We don't need more volume or longer duration workouts. What we really need is more consistency in the gym. We need to get stronger at the things that matter, and we need a better conditioning, a better engine to be able to do more things. And then the lifestyle stuff comes along with that. The 1 hour in the gym and the 23 hours out of the gym. What are we doing with the 23 hours out of the gym? Can I set a bedtime? Can I get better sleep quality? Can I eat better? Can I reduce my alcohol consumption? All of those little details that will stack up and aggregate over a year or 6 months or 9 months into a much fitter version of yourself. The stronger and healthier you get, the longer you're going to live. And ultimately, that needs to be all of our game plan. Why are we doing this? The most tenured member of my gym, we call him the Godfather just for that reason, says all the time, I'm just trying to still be doing CrossFit when I'm 70. Like every decision he makes in the gym day by day, he keeps that greater focus. He's not coming into the gym saying, this is the year I make it to the games. He's coming into the gym every day saying, I need to make a decision that's right today so that I can still be doing CrossFit when I'm 70. Because I know that if I'm still doing CrossFit when I'm 70, I can be doing all the things in my retirement that I want to be doing. So keep the long-term vision in play. We're looking to be able to do this over a lifespan, stretch out and increase your lifespan, the number of healthy, good years you're living. That's what ultimately this is all about for us. So here's some small, actionable goals that people like you and me can really bite off and really set our sights on over the next 6 or 12 months. Throw our hat in the ring when the Open comes around next year and say, hey, you know what? Because I put that work in starting in August, I'm really a much better version of myself now in February. Comment below if you got a goal that we listed off and you're like, look, I need to jump on that. Drop a comment below, whether that's YouTube, whether that's Instagram, whether that's on a podcast format. Let us know. Reach out to us. And then as always, if you need help with any of these things, that's what we're here for. So we're talking about all things lifestyle related in our live course as well. Excited to see those of you that are going to make it for your first time out at one of those courses. We're hitting the road heavy this fall. So looking to see you guys out there. In the meantime, if you're training today, having a great session, get some caffeine in you and ramp it up. I will see you guys out on the road very soon. Have a great day, everyone.